This perp back with another video, and I just got out of watching a early IMAX screening of Joker 2 or Joker Folie. Deux. I really want to just say Ale do for all my 90s babies out there. Y'all know the reference. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, a lot of interesting things about this movie. I'm not going to go into spoilers, you know what I'm saying, because it hasn't come out yet. I just want to kind of give you my first impressions, first thoughts, overall just impressions of this movie. Now, Joaquin Phoenix is back. Todd Phillips is back for a sequel. I made sure I rewatched Joker before going into this. And, man, I have a lot of thoughts, man. So, starting off with just the premise of this movie, it starts off with, honestly, like a really creative opening with Arthur and his shadow, and it's like this animated Looney Tunes kind of inspired cartoon. Really dope ending. And now that I think about it, it has a much deeper meaning now that I think about it. We see Arthur locked up. He's just really depressed. He's down. He's not really talking. He's getting harassed by like guards 24/7. And he has a trial coming up, you know what I'm saying? Because he's facing the death penalty. And there are some people that are trying to fight for him, saying that, you know, he shouldn't be locked up in this prison. He should be getting help. He should be in a mental hospital, not a prison. So without going further into spoilers, that's pretty much what he's dealing with in this movie, is the trial of Arthur Fleck. And is he pretty much faking his mental illness, or is there two different kind of personalities going on here? And I really like that. That's like the overall theme of like, is this really Arthur or is this the Joker? You know, it's kind of like this split personality thing. And I like the introduction of Lady Gaga as Lee in this, Lee being short for Harley, you know what I'm saying, because a lot of people are kind of freaking out over that. And how she pretty much is inspired by the Joker. She loves the idea. She's infatuated, I would say even obsessed with the Joker character. And how they kind of play all this together is very fascinating, man. Like, if you take the time to actually pay attention to what's going on, not only in the first movie and this movie, how they really dive into the psychological side of just Arthur and just everything leading up to his trial. It's just really dope. Now, another part of this movie that turned a lot of people off was the fact that it was being labeled as a musical. There are a lot of musical numbers in this, but the way that they utilize it and kind of use it as a way to show you what Arthur is going through in his head. And I thought that was really dope. That was very creative. And also, the same thing goes for Lady Gaga. You know what I'm saying? She's obviously a singer, so you're not going to not have her sing in this. And I like the music choices. You know, it really matches what's going on the screen and just what's going on with the story. And Joaquin Phoenix really does an incredible job as Arthur Fleck, and also playing his version of the Joker. Like, that whole court scene, when you get to that, man, that was incredible. Like, he really shows his range throughout this whole entire movie. Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn is really dope. And if you just kind of going off of what Todd Phillips was doing with her character, like stripping her away from the accents and, you know, no, she is definitely Harley Quinn in this. Like, she is definitely a different version of the character, but I like the twist with her character. Now, Todd Phillips, he really went off in this movie. Like, there are some incredible shots in this, incredible sequences. Like, this thing What you see in the trailer is just like a little sample of what you can expect when you actually see this movie. And I feel like he's not going to get enough credit for just being very creative and just doing something very different with the Joker character. You know, I really like what he was able to do, not only in the first movie, but this movie as well, where everything that Arthur has done has, you know, made him infamous. They're even making like TV movies, you know. It's very interesting how he can go from like these musical numbers to it being shot like a documentary that kind of transitions into just more traditional cinema. It's just really dope. They're just different things that he brings to the table with this movie. It's a very ambitious idea. Some people might not like it. They want more of the generic comic book kind of direction with these characters, but there's just a lot more going on in these movies. This movie has something to say, you know what I'm saying, about mental health, and not only that, but just staying true to what these characters are, you know what I'm saying, but just doing something different, you know. And that's why I appreciate the first Joker movie, and I appreciate this one as well, and I can't wait to go see it. Overall, it's definitely a movie you should go check out for yourself, because if you're already making up in your mind that this movie is going to be trash or it's mid or whatever, and you haven't even watched it, or you just hate the fact that it's a musical or XYZ, I just feel like you're doing yourself a disservice, and you should go check it out for yourself to get your own opinion, because I definitely think just the way that this whole movie came to be, I was just like, man, this was it was an incredible experience, and it was dope to see it with a packed crowd. You should definitely go see it in IMAX. I think just IMAX just adds a whole nother kind of, you know, flavor to the whole movie. But yeah, man, I really enjoyed this movie. I don't know what I would rank it. You have to probably wait till I put out my letterbox, my final kind of tally on that. But man, I can't wait to see this movie again. I highly recommend checking this out for yourself. Do not just wait till this hits streaming. You know, there's too much of a trend of letting good movies flop and letting bad movies be successful. So let's kind of cut that shit out. And I really don't care if this movie hits $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? If it hits a few 100 million, that's cool. It doesn't take away from this being a really dope movie, in my opinion. So yeah, that's all I have to say about this movie. That's just my thoughts. Till next time, I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.